Good morning. I am in Badlands National Park right now. This is my first time to this park. And as I was doing some trip research last night, I had some things in mind that I wanted to see, but I was trying to find other information about really like the top things I should see in the park, the best things to see in the park, especially if it's your first visit. And I came across a website called Dirt in My Shoes, and an article or a blog post called 8 Things You Can't Miss on Your First Visit to Badlands. I don't think this will really show up in the camera very well, but yeah, came across this article. It was written by a former park ranger. Several of the recommendations, several of those 8 were things that I already had on my list. And so I thought, okay, why not just visit all of those places in this video and give my opinion, give my thoughts on each one of those. I organized it from east to west, basically. So I'm starting far east on the park road, closer to the visitor center, and I'll be moving my way west toward Wall and just doing each of the 8 things one by one as I go along here. Some of these things are hikes, and some of these are just kind of viewpoints. You get out of your car, you look at the nice view, then you get back in your car. But I added up the mileage for all of the recommended hikes, and I think it was less than 4 miles. It was like 3.65 miles or something like that. So not a lot of hiking, certainly. There aren't a ton of long trails here in this park. But the hiking that I will be doing should be really good. And we're going to start off with a hike called the Door Trail, or Door Trail. This is 0.75 miles round trip. And like I said, I'm in a parking lot by the visitor center, and there are 2 or 3 trails I'm going to be doing that start in this parking lot, in this rather large parking lot. So let's go do the first of the 8, the Door Trail. Here we are at the parking area, and right away we've got these Badlands formations. Very impressive. Very interesting. And I think the Notch Trail starts over at this end of the parking lot. I guess I should also note that it is 6:50 right now. It's pretty early, just before 7 o'clock, and let's see how long it takes to do all of these things. I'm guessing it can't be more than a few hours. Like I said, there isn't a ton of hiking here or anything like that. Just got a bit of driving and a little bit of hiking, but nothing too crazy. And so here is our first trailhead. Enter the Door Trail, leads to a broken landscape that earned this area the name Badlands. So there are quite a few people out here. Photographers taking sunrise shots. And sure enough, at the end of the walkway here, the view really is amazing. What a gorgeous area. And there are stairs over here leading down into the Badlands, so you can wander around a little bit and explore a little bit. Let's go do some of that. There are these yellow metal pylons you can follow so you don't get too lost out here. Here we have reached the end of the trail. Great views. Gorgeous place. Well, again, that was a great little hike. It was 0.97 miles total going out to the far point and back, so just under a mile, and it took 29 minutes. so just under half an hour. Hike number 2 is the Notch Trail, 1.5 mile round trip, moderate to strenuous. This is an interesting hike compared to the last one because this one is going through a canyon, kind of swerving, following the contours of the canyon. The last hike was basically very open, and so it's nice having the contrast between these two trails already, just a handful of minutes in to this one. This wooden ladder kind of thing is the highlight of this trail. It gets you up a level to get you onto the path going over here. Very unique. Not the kind of thing you usually see on a trail. This is so cool. Watch your step through this section. So we've reached the end of the trail here. Great views looking out over the Badlands. The third trail I wanted to do is down here. It's supposed to go through this way, through the juniper trees down here. But I think that trail is closed because of road construction over this way. There are a bunch of orange cones out there, and as I drove past it, I noted that the parking area was closed off, so we might not be able to do that trail here. Heading back to the trailhead now. Really cool hike. Again, just a short little hike, but packs a punch, packs a good value in it. And, you know, with that next trail being out of commission, that was one of the 8 trails that I wanted to do today. I can't do that one, so instead I'm going to do I think it's called the Window Trail, which is in the same trailhead as these last 2 that I've done. Starts at the same place, but it just takes a different way through the Badlands areas, through the wall, to get you a different perspective, a different look. So I think I will substitute that one in for the third one. Here's a look at that ladder from the other side. So cool. So trail number 2, the Notch Trail, let's see, 1.39 miles round trip, took me 42 minutes in total. And I'm actually now at the 3rd trailhead. So the one that I wanted to do is called Cliff Shelf. That's the one that goes through the trees, but again, there's road construction there. I can't access the trailhead. And so this one that I'm doing to make up for it is called the Window Trail. Same parking area. I think it just follows this little boardwalk out to an opening out here so you can look out at the Badlands beyond. And of course we get another rattlesnakes sign. For the record, I have not seen any yet. And almost as soon as it starts, this trail ends. I mean, the trailhead You can still see cars right there. That's the parking area. So a long, difficult trail this is not. But that is a great view for just a little stroll. And it's accessible to anyone. Someone's hat is down there. Yeah, nice little hike if you want to look through the wall, the Badlands wall, and get a view of the complex maze of Badlands beyond. So that trail was 0.29 miles long, so more or less a quarter of a mile, and took me less than 7 minutes to do, and that's with filming, so not a tremendous amount of effort or time needed for that trail. It's not necessarily one you need to do if you have done these other 2 trails, but I mean, I guess you might as well as long as you're here. And like I said, if you are short on time or mobility, then it would be a good little trail to do. Time to get back in the car, drive to spot number 4, I believe. I don't remember which spot it is, but I have it written down, so I will let you know what it is when I get there. And this is spot number 4. This is the Saddle Pass Trail. It's supposed to be a short and steep climb somewhere to the top of this. I think this is also an access point to some backcountry areas and trails. And the sign says Saddle Pass Trail, a rugged quarter-mile climb to the junction with Castle Trail. So we are here, and the trail goes bloop to this point, and then just going to come back, but you can, if you are so inclined, do a much larger trek. You can see some people climbing up there, making their way up. So yeah, rugged and short and steep seems appropriate. Also, yet another reminder to beware of rattlesnakes. And this looks like it's the top. So this is looking farther away from the parking area, from the trailhead. And this is looking down toward the trailhead over there. Beautiful. I think that if you had the time, a backcountry camping trip, a backpacking trip out here would be really great. Get away from the people a little bit, get a little bit farther away from the road, and enjoy some more peace and quiet and solitude. That's not in the cards for me for this trip, but maybe next time I'm here. And by the way, that trail was 0.85 miles round trip. Took me 25 minutes, and there was about 203 feet approximately of elevation gain. Spot number 5 is not a trail, it's just a viewpoint. There's just a little path up to the viewpoint here. This is called Panorama Point. This is spot number 6, Mounds Overlook. Sure enough, the mounds around here, the Badlands around here, have this yellow color to them. Let's climb up this little knoll here, get a better view. So it looks like the most yellow section is along the road here. The most prominent bit of yellow. Then also a bit more over here by the parking area. And then over here we just have sweeping vistas out toward the plains. On to spot number 7 now, the penultimate stop, the second to last stop on our tour of the park here. This is spot number 7, the Pinnacles Overlook. You park here, and then walk a short distance down to here where the viewpoint is. This is also the busiest spot I've yet been to. Maybe that first trailhead that the 3 trails start from, maybe that's super crowded now because I was there so early, but this spot is the busiest I've seen so far. I don't know if this viewpoint is really that much more spectacular than the others, but it's still impressive, still worth visiting. Not sure if it warrants all the cars, all the attention, but it is worth a stop. On now to spot number 8, the last stop, the final stop on our tour of Badlands National Park. We are at the end of the line here. We are at spot number 8. We are at Roberts Prairie Dog Town. This is basically a giant field that has hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of prairie dog burrows in it. So let me show you that. Let me bust out my other camera that has better zoom so you can see some of the cute little guys, and then we'll wrap this up. So this is Roberts Prairie Dog Town. Just a huge area with, yeah, I mean, it's got to be thousands of prairie dog burrows out here. Thousands of prairie dog holes. And that'll do it today. Thus ends our adventure here in Badlands National Park. It's about 12:30 now, so I spent, what, 5.5 hours roughly here in the park. And I did more than what I've shown you. Like, I stopped at other viewpoints and you know, backtracked a little bit to make sure I got things on camera. And yeah, you could definitely do it faster if you were so inclined. And as for that list of 8 places, thought it was great, had a great time. I would make one change. I thought Panorama Point was nice. That was one of the viewpoints. Number 5, the 5th spot. Perfectly nice, but there was one called, let's see, I wrote it down here, White River Valley Overlook, that I thought was better, was more spectacular, had a better view. I'll put some of that footage here now. But you can't go wrong at any of the spots, at any of the viewpoints. I think my favorite thing here, probably those first 2 hikes. What was it, the notch and the door, or the door and then the notch. I thought those were both really great, and if I were super short on time, I would just do those and then stop at, you know, whatever overlooks are appealing to you if you wanted to. But yeah, overall had a great time, really enjoyed this park. Hope you guys enjoyed following along with me. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what your favorite part was of this video, and if you've been to Badlands National Park before, let me know what your favorite part of the park was, and let me know what I should see my next time here. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Be sure to check out Adventure Know-How, my new site, where you can gain access to a map of all of my free campsites, plus monthly bonus videos that you won't find anywhere else. Learn more at adventureknowhow.com. And for links to everything else SUV RVing related, visit suvrving.com. Links to these sites and more will be in the video description.